unbelievably fired up about our first half and how we played. We just played really, really hard. I thought our doubling of the post was much better than it's been in any of the previous games. We're getting better at understanding. And again, this is all new in some of these schemes. I thought that, just our ball pressure. And they're a team that doesn't really have a true point guard. We saw that coming in. They had a lot of turnovers, more than their opponents 6 of the previous 7 games this year. So that's something we really tried to focus on and we did a great job. I mean, Q, Eli, Lamar, starting with IJ, Mario, Eric, everybody was swarming the ball, and it really spread out 28 points off of turnovers tonight. It's the stat of the game. And I was just so happy about our effort. You could see how excited our players were for each other in that first half. And I thought the second half, we came out, we looked like we were exhausted to me out there defensively. And when you play that hard, we got to be able to try to do it for 40 minutes. It looked like defensively our same intensity. Richard Williams asked him, what do you think it was because we had the 24-point lead? I don't. I just think we played so hard that we were a little gassed. And, we got to come back and practice tomorrow and practice Saturday to get ready for Sunday's game. We'll obviously go shorter, but, hopefully we can bounce back from this great effort, and especially that first half. The second half, I loved the passing of some of the plays. There was one play where we had about 4 passes that were extra passes that ended up with IJ in the corner, and he missed the wide open shot. But it was so beautiful that our crowd was clapping and cheering our team on a missed shot. Now, how often do you see that? Because of the passing. And I was so excited about, some interior passing too. One time Q penetrated in the second half. He shot fake, made a bounce pass to Eric, who bounced pass to Mario for a layup and one. There were some really good extra passes. I thought our guys out, I thought Eli, I thought Lamar really gave us big minutes in the first half. I thought Schneider's defense was really good in the first half, and his size and rebounding. It was a really good team effort. I'm really pleased for our team that we were able to beat Oregon State, who was in the tournament last year.
You mentioned that first half and the way you guys played. How much of that do you attribute to just the jolt of having Q back on the floor?
But not only having him on the floor, but the way he played. He was absolutely phenomenal. And his defense, our freshmen, Tyson and Eli in particular, know how hard it is to get a catch, just to get a catch when he's locked in on you. And he was so good in the first half. And remember now, he hasn't played basketball until yesterday's practice, which was an hour and a half. We went, actually a little longer. I went longer. I went too long maybe yesterday, but we're just trying to do a lot to prepare. But, and getting to Q, let's get to him right now. I know way more about the scaphoid lunate bones and this injury than I ever thought that I would. We have, first of all, Dr. Jones is phenomenal and did a huge amount of research. The thing have to know about this injury, there is not a right answer. That's a tough one. When it first happened in Charleston, and we thought maybe it happened, I called a guy I know is a renowned hand specialist, hand surgeon, was the president of the Hand Surgeon Association, and they've gone all through it. I've talked to, NBA trainers, heads of different hospitals that are really well renowned, obviously all spearheaded by Dr. Jones. And at the end of the day, 8 days later, he is asymptomatic. And I was given a quote that I really liked, which is, it's hard to improve upon an asymptomatic patient. So if he has great range of motion, great strength, flexibility, and bottom line is at the end of the day, he and his parents decided, I want to try this. He still has 4 more games to play in, and until our second game of the league, to keep a redshirt year if he needed to do so. He got hit on it yesterday, and he's good. And one of the big factors is we never have any film on him from past times. If you go back and look at last year, he was taped up his left hand a lot. So this very well could be and will likely be a reoccurrence of an injury that may have been partially torn, that was the ligament that holds his bones together. I'm just giving you all the details so you guys understand everything that went into this. This was and obviously having him back changes our team.
How did you feel like Lamar responded after what had happened earlier in the week?
Well, you know what? He fell asleep, and that was inexcusable, so I told him to stay there. It hurt our team because we knew obviously Q wasn't playing. But he came back and had a really good practice yesterday, and I was really pleased with him today. I thought he did a good job, and I thought he played more minutes than that, actually. And you saw how well he played if you watched against UTEP. I mean, there's a lot of potential there. I'm just hoping it's all about him having the right attitude, being positive, and knowing as he gets better and better, he's going to get more and more. And that's what he's got to learn.
What do you think it says about you for him to kind of play through the injury and want to play and try to take
I mean, he's
it on?
the ultimate team guy. He is all about Mississippi State and his teammates. And his toughness is just incredible. I was really, concerned, and the more I learned about it, and then all of a sudden it's getting better and better. I mean, it was like day 6, and it's like, so he was in here Monday night, and Dr. Jones was moving the bones, was pressing on everything in his hand, was testing him in every way possible, and one of the no pain, good strength, good range of motion. It's really a tough one. There's a lot of data that you lose range of motion when you get this potential. There's 5 or 6 different ways to do this kind of surgery. There's not even a standard. Dr. Jones says you'd rather have an ACL than this. I think based on today, I mean, I'm very, very confident that this is going to, work out. And his toughest decision, I hope, is at the end of the season. Do you want to have surgery? Yeah, I talked to a very renowned trainer in the NBA. This is not an uncommon thing, and they play with it, especially your non-dominant hand. Go ahead.
You talk about what he brings to the team. Talk about how it helps IJ to where IJ doesn't feel like he has
But
to cheat.
first of all, he brings he's our best player. I mean, it's pretty clear. He's our best defender. I mean, the way he shot the ball in the first half, God, you thought he'd never, missed a beat. He was 4 for 4 from 3 in the first half, correct? I mean, he was incredible. But how hard he played. The unselfish. The only thing, I have only one complaint about Q the entire first half. Anybody know what it is?
2 turnovers.
Throwing the ball off the backboard. I mean, that was, I did not like that. All right, that was not something I was, because it's like, we did it last year at the end of the first half. Chicken threw it off the gav, and I mean, it wasn't like that. I mean, go in and score. I mean, we're up 20. I want to be up 22. I don't want to have any question about it. That was the only complaint I have about him, though. And think about it, he played a lot of minutes and played through fatigue. He's very, very tough. And I think more he brings a confidence to our young group and real toughness and winning mentality, team mentality. He's very unselfish. He was incredibly unselfish tonight. Instead of going to score that, he's thrown off the backboard, and I'm complaining, but, it's, every little thing.
What does he do for the other players? Kegler was saying he felt more room because they weren't keying in on him when they did the last 2 games. What does that do for the others?
Well, I think it really helps. I mean, they're keen, they're more aware, and I'm really pleased with how Mario's progressing. I mean, how hard he's playing, what a team guy he is. I mean, you look at our guys on the bench and how they're into it. I mean, I love it. I absolutely love it. This was a very good step for us tonight, because that team's going to win games. That team, they had to come a long way. I'm glad I wasn't on that road trip 2 years ago. That's a long way. I've been to Corvallis as a coach and as a player 11 times. That's a long way from Starkville, Mississippi. I was born 15 miles from that campus. So,
You say the step. What's Sunday's game represent to kind of continue off of this?
yeah, we've got it. Now we've got to. But the step is learning from this, and when you play that hard defensively and keying off our defense, creating offense out of our defense, being better against the zone. I thought we improved, especially in the first half, attacking the zone. And, part of the reason I slowed us up a little bit in the second half from pushing it every time I missed, we were tired. I mean, if you look at we got tired. I'm going to go watch the film right now. I mean, I thought we were tired, and so it was probably smart. I mean, they win the second half by whatever. They won it by 6 or 7, but at the end of the day, that's a very important win for us for this young team. And I said this today on a radio show with Matt Wyatt, that it's been really difficult for us from the standpoint of not having really any practice time since we went to Charleston. It's been get ready for the next game, the next game, the next game. And we came back from Charleston, and I actually kicked myself for not getting 2 full days off. We got back Sunday night late, took money off, and then came back and went an hour and 15 minutes on that Tuesday. And it's a tough deal, but we're practicing to get ready how we're going to guard them and how we're attacking their zone, and we got to get back to our fundamentals. So I'm looking forward to, the week after finals where we're going to have a 10-day stretch to really start working on some things again that we really need to get better at. We focus every day on rebounding, blocking out, closing out, but this will be good to get back to some practice.
If you had no assists and 4 turnovers, what's wrong, man?
I lost my groove, man. Got to get back into it.
Q, when did you know that this was a possibility tonight?
About a week ago. My wrist was getting better and better by the day, so as it was getting better, I started shooting and trying to dribble. And about a week ago, so I told Coach Howland that I want to try to hold off on the surgery before I try to play a game first. So I into that.
How's it feel now?
It was good. I didn't really feel that much pain. I felt one little pop. I don't remember what play it was, but after that it went away, so it was back to normal.
Was the surgery scheduled or anything? Did you have to say, cancel that, I feel fine, we're gonna try and play through this thing?
Yeah, I actually canceled the surgery yesterday. I was supposed to have surgery yesterday at 1, but I ended up canceling it Tuesday night, so.
How did it feel to be back on the court?
Good. I miss being out there with them, so it was exciting to be back out there with them.
Were you afraid that maybe you'd be a little rusty? I don't know.
I came out rusty. Came out rusty. 2 turnovers, but I just settled down. Coach Howland looked at me and told me just settle down and just play the game. So that's what I did.
When you got going, how'd you feel?
I felt good. I ain't know I was gonna hit all them threes, but I kind of know it, but because all I've been doing is shooting. I ain't been able to dribble that much, so it felt good to be back.
Was it hard dribbling with, I guess, you had some kind of brace on there, but
No, it wasn't hard. The brace just stopped me from going up, not down, so it was good.
Kevin,
Mario,
what was it? Mario, what was it like to have Q back in the lineup?
I mean, it was exciting. Just know we had Quindarius back on the floor with us to bring to the team what he do. It was exciting.
Mario, there was a big emphasis on rebounding. It looked like tonight they had a big lineup, but you guys were pretty aggressive on boards. Talk about the rebounding tonight.
I mean, coming into this game, Coach Howland told me I was gonna have to get in there with him and bang, fight a little bit. So I just went out there and did what he told me to do and came in with some rebounds.
I feel like everybody just seemed so much more confident tonight than they have been the last couple of games. What does Q do to kind of help you guys flow, I guess, offensively?
I mean, I really don't know. It just, I guess with him on the court, we all just come together and play.
Did y'all know that this was a possibility?
Yeah, he told us it was a possibility that he was gonna play, but we really didn't know for sure.
What's the last couple of weeks been like for you when you find out the season is over for you and now you get to come back and then you have a game like this tonight?
I say like the first week when I first did it, when I first seen the first doctor, he told me I had to have surgery and my recovery would be like 6 months, so I wouldn't play the rest of the season. It kind of hurt, but I looked at the big picture, and Ryan had told me like when I first did that it was gonna get better by the day, so I just tried to wait it out and see how I was gonna feel, and it's feeling good, so I'm glad to be back.
Did you tear the ligament? I think they said it was a possible tear.
Yeah, I tore it.
What's the future like? Now just play through the season and then have a surgery possibly, or?
Yeah, I'm trying to go as far as I can go, but if it get to hurting too bad, I'm going to have the surgery, but I'm scheduled to have the surgery after the season.
When did you start playing again? I mean, in practice or whatever, in that type of thing?
I sat out like the whole first week once we got back, and then I got to running, and after I finished running, I just pick up a ball, see what I could do with it, and I started seeing it feel good, so I asked for a workout, and I ended up working out on it, and it felt good, so I told Coach Holland that I wanted to cancel the surgery.
Mario, what was different for you tonight? I know the last 2 games without Q, you struggled shooting-wise. Tonight, a very good night from the field. What was different for you?
I mean, I feel like everyone just keying in on him, and I was just taking what the defense gave me, and they would leave me open, so I was knocking the shot down.
How were the defenses playing you in the previous 2 games? Did you feel like they were kind of focusing on you as the main guy?
Right, they were all like kind of collapsing on me. When he came back, it was opening up a little bit.
Do you think this is like the most complete game y'all played all season?
I think on the defensive end, but for the first half, second half we came out kind of tired, lazy. But if we can do that for 40 minutes, I think we'll have a complete game.